Hello, welcome to Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. I'm standing in front of a beautiful Camellia japonica. It has the cultivar name of yours truly. Not me, but the cultivar name is yours truly. Camellia, the genus was named for a friend of Linnaeus, whose family name was Camel, spelled with a K. But camellias are spelled with a C because there is no K in Latin, I believe. And japonica is meaning from Japan. Though Camellia japonica is the most widespread camellia species and occurs not only in Japan but China and Korea. There are thousands of selections of Camellia japonica. And right now I want to talk about variegation in camellia flowers, by which I mean when a flower is not a solid color but multicolored. There are two types of variegation. One is caused by genes and the other one is caused by intentionally introduced virus. Now, this one, which is the cultivar is Tricolor superba, it has stripes of colors, and striped variegation like that is always caused by genes. It's a natural mutation in the plant. And you see striping in other groups of plants. There's quite a few roses that have striped flowers, like the very old Rosa mundi, which has flowers colored very much like this. Now, the late Camellia expert, Dr. Clifford Parks, explained this striping genes as being a stutter gene, which most of the time are producing the striped flowers, but will occasionally produce red flowers or white flowers or pink flowers, because at that time the gene is not producing, expressing itself as a striped flower, but as a solid colored flower. Now, this is an example of a variegation where there's blotches of white on a pink or red flower that is caused by a virus that was intentionally introduced. I love striped flowers. I don't much like these blotchy ones. But it isn't intentionally introduced. And years ago, decades ago, generations ago, camellias were often propagated by grafting. And if you had a new variety that was solid red or solid pink and you wanted to introduce the virus, you grafted it onto the understock, that part of a grafted plant that will provide the roots that is already known to be virus, and then the virus is transferred from the understock to the scion, which bears the flowers. There are several different viruses that cause slightly different patterns in camellias, and this is the real common one where they're just blotches of white. Looks a little bit like the dog's breakfast. But there are other viruses that cause sort of a pattern that is more like watered silk, where it's sort of like sort of sheets of color. I don't know how to better describe it than that. But the American Camellia Society has no problem with virus variegated camellias. They allow them to be entered into shows and stuff, but there are other countries where that country's camellia societies don't allow virus variegated plants to be exhibited in camellia shows. The virus does not significantly affect the growth of the plant. It doesn't weaken it or something. Often if it has this kind of virus, you'll see the occasional leaf with a little bit of yellow mottling, but most of the leaves will be green. So, when I didn't take the time to figure out what this Camellia cultivar is. Let's say it's Tom Jones. When you're first introduced it as a solid red flower, when you add the virus to make the variegated flower, it merely gets renamed as Tom Jones variegated. So they just add variegated to the outside of the name. Maybe a little bit more about flower variegation than you want to know, but I think it's a pretty interesting topic. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you again in the garden.